Welcome to Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas, site of today's Fort Worth screen printing GT3 Challenge race. We have quite a field for you tonight, quite a few cars showing up for this one. A little over 20. Should be a great time. Mikey says darn. What up, Mikey? Thanks for the resub. Can't hear all the goodies. Mikey tried to hit us with some ass, bitch, like he does on all of his subs, but fortunately we have them turned off for this. Appreciate you for the 50 months, though. That's absolutely amazing. Appreciate all your support for our channel, our community as a whole. Hopefully we'll see you a little bit later in the Super Speedway race, if not in this one.
All water under the bridge. And
Jake reminded me I need to turn my sounds off.
you enter the next round robin. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
Am I wrong?
You're
not wrong, Walter. You're just an asshole.
Okay, then.
Yes, thanks for the reminder. We got that taken care of. Let's get our timing screen showing up for you. So the drivers have 10 minutes to set their best lap time. Should be getting to get some times in here. We have a 10-minute session, so ignore the yellow underlines. Those were for last season. Apparently the playoffs bracket's still there, so you'll know who was in the Final Four last season if you see them on track. Man, it's cool to see so many cars here for the GT3s. Appreciate you, Jake. 7 minutes to go in qualifying. About half the field is on their first timed lap. There's Hayden in the Napa Mustang. I believe he was the first one out of the gate. Scott Rankin in a Lamborghini. Didn't see that coming. Not once has he mentioned that he likes the Lambo to me, but here he is running the series in a Lambo this season. Hayden down that long backstretch in the Napa car. Check in on Mr. Lucas. The Golden Boy is not shying away from the nickname this season. He's running a cold Mustang out there. Gotta love leaning into the skid. Beautiful car, really. In Montrose, he's got a whole new livery theme for his rides this season. Beautiful paint scheme he's come up with his creators. Davis Greenwell in the 20. We're down a plain white Merc. Traded in the bright yellow for a white car, and it looks pretty sinister. I like it. Garrett Warren, this America as fuck Acura. Pretty cool looking car. Running through the field. Here's John Garrett. Happens to be series sponsor for us. Pretty nice looking Fort Worth screen BMW for him. So we wait for the lap times to start trickling in. I think we're about to get our first ones of the race. Checking on Quinn Newton there in the 08. And back to Hayden as he gets to the line. Shows him posting a 2:08.59. Lucas slots in second, almost a second back. Davis Greenwell drops in third. Ethan Lafayette moves up to third. He's in a Ferrari last season. He's in the McLaren this year. Change of manufacturers for the 00 team. Moved over to the McLaren. That's pretty cool. I believe we'll have a few of those out here tonight. Montrose jumped up to that 4th spot. Quite a few cars around him in qualifying here. Oh, he catches the curb. He's going to go for a ride. That lap's not going to count, but hopefully he doesn't ruin anyone else's. Does the nice thing and moves out of the way. Nice save, really. Aaron Clapper Duel clocks in. Snail Blake Jackson in the Scur Squad. BMW number 69 clocks in 4th spot. Right behind his teammate, Diego Keane. Both rocking those BMWs. What a party right here. Bunch of Scur Squad all piled up. Cleo's there. I believe that was the 44. Jacob Peterson right there in the mix. Be some good team photos out of all that. Got the Taco Bell car. Current pole sitter Hayden Lowell in the Napa Mustang. Currently quickest by nearly a full second over Lucas Heusman, who's just in front of him now in the Mustang. So I guess Hayden's allowed Lucas through to not impede his lap. Lucas going through the stadium section. Been a while since I called a race at Coda, so I might not remember the turn numbers. Maybe I'll try to pull a track map these next 3 minutes. Hayden wants the draft. There you go. Jake with a good call. I don't know if that's going to count as off track or not for Lucas. That was pretty extreme on that next to last corner. And he has pulled it off. Maybe he'll reset, get some new tires, and try to get another lap in here. I think he'll get one more shot at it. Here you go. Blake. Mr. Blake Jackson in the 69. Ian Montrose top 5 right now. You have the 17, Owen Lebsack in the Mustang, currently sitting 6th. Nathan Lafayette 7th. Davis Greenwell in 8th. Harry Grindell sits 9th in his McLaren. Jacob Peterson in the 44, currently running out the top 10. Quinn Newton 11th. John Garrett has picked up the 12th spot. Jeremy Clapper Newell 13th. Cleo's put in a lap in 14th. Leader of the Skur squad. Garrett Warren currently 15th on the board. Scott Rankin not on the board yet. We know he has speed, just hasn't got a lap to count. Here's Cliff in this wild painted Corvette. Ran a Mustang last season. I think he's happy to be in a different car. It's got the iRacing graphics Corvette this season. Really nice paint scheme there. Good job, Adam. Wrapping that car up nice. Hello, Neo. Welcome in, my friend. And Cliff clocks in an 11th on his lap. I think Harry's coming off the final corner. See what kind of lap he can put down. Cliff is just happy right now because of all the medicines from his surgery, yes. Cliff's probably feeling no pain thanks to those wonderful medications that are legal. Harry posts a 2:11.204, does not improve. And Tweety gets a lap to count. Across the line 18th, number 31. Tweety told me he wasn't going to qualify, but here Tweety is getting the Taylor Dixon 31 machine up into the qualified cars in 18th. Got 25 cars here tonight, so plenty of cars still to go. Try and get a lap to count. Turn 1 is going to be chaos. Hopefully they know that. I'm going to go ahead and give myself race control here real quick so I can talk to them once this is over. Don't want to talk to them while they're qualifying, but give them a little pre-race pep talk. Good look at the 31 there. Canadian flag on the side. Check out Scott Rankin. Still doesn't have a lap to count. So far, this Lamborghini has not put down a lap time. To keep it on track here. Matthew Q gets a lap to count. Now we have 20 cars with a lap in. So 33 BMW clocks the time. Goes to 13th. Garrett Warren moves up to 14th in the Acura. Check back in on Scott's. He's working the back half of his lap. I think also on track, I believe that's Jerry Scherer in the King's Hawaiian Mustang, and he is taking it to the pit lane. So he is not going to get a lap to count. His time will expire on his Mustang. It's Mike Edwards, the Fort Worth Ricky Bobby Mustang. Time's going to expire. Drivers will be able to complete this lap. So the first one to finish qualifying is going to be Harry Grindell across the line. See if he moves up from 11th. He does not. We'll see if he started this lap in time. I don't think he did. The next one to the stripe is going to be Mike Edwards. See if he gets a lap to count. Goes out wide. That's going to be a track violation, and he will not get a lap in. Try to track out our next vehicle. 17th went by. John Garrett's completed his qualifying. Then it looks like Taylor Dixon has completed qualifying. Will be 20th. 10th place car crosses the stripe. Davis Greenwell. John Garrett across the line is, oh my gosh, it's wanting to show the tower now. Cameras doing whatever the hell they want tonight. That's always fun. Pick out some guys still out on track. There's Lucas across the line. Lucas will move up to the 4th spot, so that improves on that last lap. Good job, Lucas. Scott Rankin did get the lap to count, by the way. It goes to the pole position. That has to annoy Hayden. Well done, Scott Rankin. Very last lap. Gets it to count. Goes to the pole. Macus is spinning out on his last lap, so that's not going to count. See if Snail's able to improve in the BMW. Looks like he's taking to the pit lane, so he will not complete his lap on track, and I believe that's going to do it for qualifying. Scott Rankin in the Lamborghini, going to be your pole sitter, the Ram Ranch Lambo. See if Scott's hanging out in our Discord anywhere to give a quick chat. I do not see Scott. Is he over in the other Discord that I can sneak into? Yes, he is. Scott! Oh my gosh.
Yo.
What's
Oh,
up?
we're live on Twitch.
Yes, you are.
Hi everyone.
Come
I'm a little shitty. I was a 208 flat and I got an off track just before I got at the start finish line.
And yet you still win the pole with a 208.5, so you have to feel pretty good still.
We're trying something. I was looking around. The Acura felt horrible. Talking to some, like, I think it's the high downforce. I think it's really unloading the front end, but I was gonna, either way, I wanted to try something, you know, challenge myself, put myself in a worse car, and challenge myself to learn a new car. So that's what we're focusing on.
There we go. We're stuck in a Lambo the whole season, so if you're bitching at me a couple weeks in, remember this was your choice, not mine.
No, I'll stick with it. Like, it's a really good opportunity. I'm weak with the mid-engine cars, so really good opportunity to work on my skill set in them. So that was the focus coming in.
Fair enough. As long as you don't make me drive one at the Bathurst, I'll be happy.
Yeah, the Lamborghini, you're in it, right?
Nope.
Yeah. The engine sound, DG. The engine.
All right. Well, good luck in the race, and we'll see if you can hang on to that top spot.
Lamborghini, go brr!
Oh my God. I can't even get out of here. Help. God. There's a screen over my other screen. Couldn't even get out of the Discord that they were in. Now we're going back to Sidewinder because they're stuck over in the other ones. And we'll jump in the broadcast booth as we get ready for our 30-minute timed race. Fort Worth screen printing. GT3 Challenge. First race of 15 this season. And we have our first Wanted Goons starting lineup. Starting lineup presented by our friends at the Wanted Goons. And what you know, the very first Wanted Goons starting lineup of the season, Scott Rankin of the Wanted Goons, is your pole sitter. I swear this is not rigged. That's just how it happened. And there he is in his Lamborghini starting on pole. In the number 49. Starting second and taking his sweet ass time to get on the racetrack will be the Mustang of Hayden Lowell. And the Napa 56 machine starting third will be Macus, also known as Marcus Hagman, in the number 12. He was in the final four last season. Trying to repeat again this season. Then the fourth place starter will be Lucas Heusma in the gold Mustang. Beautiful looking ride he's brought out this season. Starting fifth will be Owen Lebsack in the 17, newcomer to Sidewinder. Cool to see some new faces out there. This beautiful black Mustang for him. Starting in the fifth spot, Blake Jackson with the BMW starting sixth for the Skir Squad. One of many Skir Squad cars in this field, including Macus, who didn't show up yet. You have Diego, a teammate to him, starting in the 7th spot. Ian Montrose in the C2X. McLaren starts in the 8th spot. John Boyd, another one of the BMWs with the Skir Squad, rolling off in the 9th spot. Nathan Lafayette, the Trading Paints Penguin Travel Services 00, starts in the 10th spot. Davis Greenwell in his plain white number 20 Merc starts in 11th. Harry Grindell in the number 70 McLaren with the Kamikaze Motorsport starts in the 12th spot. Cliff Mullins AC Racing Graphics Corvette starts 13th. Beautiful looking car that Adam painted up for him. Matthew Koo for the Skir Squad rolls off 14th in the number 33. Then you have Garrett Warren in the number 45 Acura starting 15th. Merca. Jacob Peterson in the Taco Bell car starts in 16th for the number 44. Quinn Newton, the 08 Corvette for low drag, starts in the 17th spot. John Garrett in this beautiful Fort Worth BMW starts in 18th. Jeremy Clapper Newell in the number 99 Corvette rolls off 19th. Cleo starts 20th in her McLaren. Then you have Tweedy in another McLaren rolling off 21st. Jeremy Scherer in the Mustang starts 22nd. You have Jonathan Sinton starting the Corvette in 23rd. Mike Edwards Mustang rolls off in 24th. And Daniel Llewellyn will bring up the rear. 25 cars here tonight. Daniel starts his low drag number 23, 25th. Back to the front, Scott Rankin has his Lamborghini out in front. Starts tonight's race. Have a 30-minute timed race. It's an estimated 14 laps around this COTA, Circuit of the Americas track in Austin, Texas. Chug some Mountain Dew to get some energy, and here we go. I'm hyped up for this race. Been a long off season. We're ready to get things rolling here in the regular season. Welcome in, everybody. Hope you are ready for 30 minutes of exciting GT3 action. 2 more corners to go till the pace car gets out the way and we turn them loose with the green flag and start that 30-minute timer. New point system this season. No longer do we have the playoff knockout system. We are now over to a chase system, so all 5 races in the playoffs count equally. Cars around the final bend and head to the start finish line, awaiting that green flag for the first of 15 races this season. Waiting, waiting, waiting. And green flag, green flag, green flag. Scott Rankin going to lead him up the hill into turn number 1. Look at that elevation change. They climb the hill. Crazy how that looks going up into turn 1. 2, 3, sometimes 4 wide back in the mid-pack. And the 70 of Harry Grindell has gone around. And there's a stack up on the outside. John Garrett gets a piece of it, loses his back bumper. A little bit of chaos there in turn number 1. Everyone seems to have gotten through. Harry Grindell's around again. His number 70 spins a second time. The car looks okay now, though. Maybe a little bit of damage from all that, but Scott Rankin gets away with the lead. Hayden Lowell in second. Third is Lucas Hoytsma. Marcus Hagman running in 4th, and Owen Lebsack in 5th. 6th place is Diego. Diego running in that Skir Squad machine. Right behind him, teammate Blake Jackson. Right behind them, another teammate, John Boyd, does BMW 6th, 7th, and 8th. Then Davis Greenwell in the white Mercedes, and Cliff Mullins rounds out your top 10. Everyone makes it through the top of the track as they head back down to the start-finish line. As they are halfway around this first lap. It's a massive track here in COTA, and I notice our timer is not working. Give me 2 seconds to fix that. There you go. 28 minutes to go. Oh, and Lebsack battling Diego Iturbe here. Diego's giving up the inside. Hayden Lowell, meanwhile, battling Scott Rankin. Scott got out wide on corner exit. Hayden was able to get up his inside, but now he's got the wrong side for the next couple corners. As they go through the stadium section. Hayden can hang it out there, though. He'll have the inside for the next 2, and it'll be a massive advantage for that Napa Ford. And he does get through, and he takes Lucas Hoytsma right there with them. Lucas follows through to 2nd, and quickly our pole sitters drop to 3rd. And Macus applying the pressure there in the BMW, trying to take that 3rd spot away from the Lamborghini. So the 2 Mustangs out in front. Hayden Lowell, Lucas Hoytsma 1 and 2. Lamborghini gets out wide again. Scott Rankin does not seem to have a handle on this car. You heard him say in the pre-race interview he just wanted to try and challenge himself. Seems to be a challenge indeed as he's dropped through the 4th spot. Mustang goes 1st and 2nd. And now the BMW of Macus for the Skir Squad goes into 3rd. Scott Rankin drops to 4th. Owen Lebsack up to 5th. Then you have Diego Iturbe, Blake Jackson, John Boyd, 6th, 7th, and 8th in their BMWs. Davis Greenwell won at Bathurst last season. He's putting pressure on 9th, from 9th to try and get 8th from Boyd. Behind him, Matthew Q, another Skir Squad BMW, so they are 6th, 7th, 8th, and 10th, all piled up towards the front of the field. Cliff Mullins running 11th, Ian Montrose 12th, Garrett Warren 13th, Jacob Peterson 14th, Quinn Newton riding in 15th, Nathan Lafayette 16th, Mike Edwards 17th. You have Jonathan Sinton in 18th, Harry Grindell 19th after his early spin in turn 1. Then you have Jeremy Clapper-Newell, John Garrett, Taylor Dixon, Jeremy Scherer, Daniel Wallen, and Cleo sits on the pit lane. Car taking some damage repair, it seems like. Not sure what happened to the 55 car. Dropped through the field. Looks like Ian Montrose has had an excursion here. Yeah, went off track a little bit, and the 45 Acura is turned around. It's Garrett Warren. See what happened to get Garrett all turned around. He's battling Ian Montrose, so those 2 cars... Oh, Ian gets out of shape, loses it, and that's what collects the 45. As Ian Montrose catches the curve, Garrett Warren, just an innocent bystander, gets turned around, and those 2 cars making contact. Unfortunate. Back up front, Scott Rankin trying to take the 3rd spot back in that Lamborghini. Putting pressure on Marcus Hagman. Battle for the leads, pretty intense as well. The top 2 Mustangs running nose to tail. There's a lot going on with 25 cars on track. We're jumping all over the place. as they settle down a little bit up the front. Jeremy Shearer, Garrett Warren, Taylor Dixon, Daniel Llewellyn. They were in a battle for a moment. We jump back to this battle. The top 7 cars pretty tight. And a bit of a gap back to 8th, which is John Boyd. Watch the cars go up that turn 1 incline. It's so cool to watch. Scott peeking to the inside, showing the nose of that Lamborghini. Just about 5 minutes gone by. He's starting to spread out just a little bit. Watch the cars come through the S's here. It's just wild to watch. I love watching that camera angle. Half second separate the top 2. Lucas and Hayden. Lucas, of course, champion last season in that golden number 97. Ran Audi last season, so switched manufacturers over to Ford Mustang. And he is applying the pressure here at the front of the field on Hayden Law. Scott Rankin, meanwhile, able to get to the inside and around the number 12 BMW. Move Scott back up into the top 3 on the podium spots. Marcus relegated to 4th, and you have Owen in 5th. Diego Iturbe 6th, Blake Jackson 7th. So Nathan Lafayette and Quinn Newton battling. Lafayette went up the inside on that sharp turn up at the top of the track. Never did get my trap map, so I'm confused on corner numbers. I just remember how this thing lays out. Sorry about that. Jacob Peters is right there in the middle of these 4 cars. Newcomer to the series. He's looking to the outside of that 00. Not a bad move if he can hang there, because then you get the inside line for the next 2. Oh, he's going to shove it in there. Oh my gosh, almost made contact. Got on the brakes heavy. Meanwhile, Nathan Lafayette trying to go the long way around Quinn Newton and makes it happen. That was actually a really impressive move from Lafayette to take advantage of Quinn Newton there and get past. Now Quinn gets out wide. Harry Grindell gets by. Harry rebounding from that poor start all the way up to the 12th spot after being nearly last after that turn 1 calamity. He's made a very nice recovery for himself. John Garrett, what has happened to the 66 cars? Losing spots here in the BMW. I wonder if he's got some damage. He allows Garrett Warren pass. Battles all over the track. Hard to know where to watch. All these BMWs piled up here. One Lebsack. A lot of Mustang and BMW at the top of the field. Plus 1 Lamborghini. Once again, the top 7 have broken away from the field. Then Davis Greenwell runs 8th. Matthew Koo in 9th. John Boyd in 10th. Checking in on Lafayette. There he is. A couple of McLarens doing battle as Harry Grindell sneaks to the inside and gets past into the S's. He'll lead a McLaren train through the S's. And you have a Corvette Mustang as Mike Edwards catches that curb and gets airborne. He goes for a huge slide in that Mustang, but hangs onto the race car. And he'll return to the battle. Spun out there. I believe that is 78 newcomer Jonathan Simpton. Gets that Corvette a little out of shape, but manages not to hit anything. Should be okay to keep going. That Corvette will return to action. Edwards and Mullins now in a battle. This is for 15th. Mullins shows the nose up the inside. Edwards keeps it wound up on the high side, and he'll take the position and hold on to 15th. Still a half-second lead out in front, so you're not missing much there. Lucas just stalking Hayden for the first third of this race, keeping it about a half-second behind. Scott Rankin dropped back as far as 4th. Let's move back up to 3rd. It's our pole sitter for this race. Mack is in the final 4 last season. He's running 4th right now. Owen Lebsack in 5th. Diego Iturbe rides in 6th. Blake Jackson 7th. Then you have that big gap, 5.5 seconds. Back to Davis Greenwell in a Mercedes running in 8th. Matthew Koo in 9th. Within a second of him. Then Harry Grindell after the spin. He's rebounded all the way into the top 10, which is impressive, but he is a ways behind. 8 seconds to catch up to 9th now. So he's gotten around Lafayette. Peterson runs in 12th. Then you have Newton 13th, John Boyd 14th. Mike Edwards after his big slides, hanging on to 15th as Cliff Mullins has fallen back to the clutches of Ian Montrose. Those two C2X teammates riding there together in the Corvette and the McLaren. As Montrose looks to the inside of Mullins. Mullins is going to give it to him. Montrose will take away that 16th spot. Cliff showed him the nose all the way up the front stretch. We'll see if he actually tries to take the spot back. They go up the elevation, and yeah, he tucks in behind, gives him the spot. Kind of what I thought would happen, but I figured it was worth watching. Closest battle on track. It's going to be back up here in the top 10. Owen Levsack, Diego Iturbe, Blake Jackson. What up, Ethan? How are you, my friend? Welcome in. Good to see you. Woo! Almost contact between that 88 of Iturbe and the 17 of Lebsack. That BMW really aggressive on that braking zone. Nearly got a piece of the Mustang ahead. These three cars locked in a tight fight. We also have Daniel Llewellyn and Garrett Warren up the front stretch. This is for 21st. You can't even see it on your scoreboard, but there you go. Garrett Warren getting the spot, moving up a spot. Nice job to him. Those of you waiting for the Golden Eagle Syrup Super Speedway Series that follows this, the practice will open up in approximately 3.5 minutes. So get yourselves ready if you're going over there to Talladega in the COTs. Should be a good time. So we just passed the 10-minute mark in this race. 1/3 down. Rankin starting to close in on Lucas Huisma as Lucas is falling back off Hayden a little bit. Checking the average pace time, it looks like Lucas made a little bobble somewhere, lost about a half second. That allows Scott Rankin to be right on his back bumper. See the lights coming on these cars. Starting to get a little dark. Moving on back, you have Owen Lipsack in the 5th spot. He's got Diego Iturbe all over his back bumper. Diego stalking that Mustang. He's going to duck to the inside into turn number 1, and it looks like Lebsack's going to give him the position. Oh, a little bit of contact as I believe the BMW didn't quite go as quickly as the Mustang thought he would roll that corner. That's actually going to allow the other BMW to get through. Blake Jackson takes advantage, moves up to the 6th spot in the number 69 BMW. And nicely done there by the team. Now they run 4th, 5th, and 6th. Oh, and Lebsack drops to 7th. Davis Greenwell has Matthew Koo behind. So those two run 8th and 9th. We have a bit of a gap back to Harry Grinnell, who misses the S's here. He was trying to make up some time and gain ground. He's going to give it all back there. Missing that corner is going to give him a slowdown. Unfortunate for the Kamikaze McLaren. He's falling back to 7.5 seconds back again to get rid of that slowdown penalty. Peterson's starting to close in on the Taco Bell McLaren. Has Lafayette and the Penguin McLaren running right behind him. So the McLaren's all together 10th, 11th, and 12th. You have Quinn Newton's Corvette running 13th. You approach halfway. John Boyd BMW 14th. Mike Edwards rides 15th in the Wonderbread Fort Worth screen Ricky Bobby Mobile. As Ian Montrose closing in. A couple of our normal oval track drivers getting set to do battle here. I think John Garrett's gotten by Daniel Llewellyn. Garrett's been to the pit lane for 20 seconds, so something happened to his car. Cleo down a lap. Her McLaren running 24th. And Tweety Bird sitting on pit lane, 25th place in his McLaren. So a little struggle for two of the Scur Squad members there. Top 3. Just about under a blanket. Hayden's got a little bit of breathing room, but not a lot. Damn, Ethan not feeling good. Sorry to hear that, my friend. Hopefully quick recovery for you. Maybe get out there, run a couple laps so you can at least get some points in. That's what I would recommend. We got a battle between 11th and 12th. McLaren's battling for 11th here. Penguins versus the Taco Bell, which if you know anything, I had Taco Bell earlier. If you were hanging out in Clio stream, you would have learned of that. Lafayette hugging that inside lane. Plenty of room between the two McLarens. Nice and sportsmanlike. Peterson going to get the spot here. Scott Rankin, meanwhile, putting on the moves on Lucas Huisma, last season's champion. Able to get that Lamborghini to woe down. Really impressive on the braking zone there. Able to get ahead of Lucas Huisma. Scott Rankin takes over his 2nd spot. They chase down now that Napa Mustang out front of Hayden Lowell. See if Lucas tries to give a send here. The Mustang does have a little bit more straight line speed. Doesn't quite get the inside lane. Lambo a little better on the braking. And there is your top three. Let's jump back to, I believe, Peterson and Lafayette are still together. Two McLarens. I think you have Edwards, Montrose, and Mullins. Three of the biggest personalities we have. If you've been around SRL any amount of time, you know exactly what I mean. Running 15th, 16th, and 17th. All for bragging rights for those guys. Smokey start today. Smokey did start today. Smokey's running 21st. There he is. The Acura for America. He's been to the pit lane, so I think he had a little bit of damage. He had to get a repair. John Garrett running 22nd. Daniel Wallen 23rd. And the Skir Squad boss, Cleo, running 24th. And Tweedy still sits on the pit lane in that number 31. Currently scored 25th. Halfway through the race, Hayden Lowell is your race leader. Scott Rankin second, Lucas Hoytsma in third, then Diego Iturbe fourth, and Blake Jackson your top five. Slowly getting darker and darker here at Coda's. The headlights start to become more and more important. Uh-oh, we have a spinner. That's the 17 of Owen Lebsack. Spins right off the camera. There's the 17. Going to give up the spot to Makis. See some debris being brought back on the track there. Lebsack going to give up 2 spots. Meanwhile, something's happened to Hayden. Let's get a replay and try to figure out how the Napa car went from first to third. Oh, he catches that inside line a little too much. Collects the curve and that allows both of them by. Lucas Hoytsma and Scott Rankin get through, and our pole sitters back to the lead. There they are. Looks like we have an issue with Mike Edwards. Doesn't want us to see it. Where is he? It's up against the wall. What happened? Oh, he catches that curve way too much, and then it just shoots him into that wall. Rough hit for that Mustang. That's probably going to be a tow. That car is going to be difficult to drive after that. Looks like Quinn Newton has retired the 08. Meanwhile, battle for the race lead. Lucas Hoytsma in the gold car. Scott Rankin in the red and white. Oh, a little contact going into the corner. I think Lucas wanted to turn in sooner than Scott did. They made door-to-door contact. That allows Hayden to close back in. A little close there between the 97 and the 49. They're putting on a show. Still 12 minutes to go in this race, and they are wheeling it up at the front. Looks like the Mustangs are going to work together to try to pass the Lambo. A little bit of Ford partnership there. Into the corner they go. Everyone makes it through safely. No contact there. Here we go back towards the S-curves. Very difficult to go side by side through here. We'll see if they push the issue or if they go single file. Lucas takes it. They will go single file through the S's. Outstanding stuff here at the front of the field. I have a DM. That always worries me. All right. Answering our DMs. We had somebody ask about our next race, so I had to figure what was going on there. All good. Making sure I didn't mess up the session. Lucas is still hanging on to this lead over Scott Rankin. Hayden Lowell right there. If they make a mistake, Diego only 2 seconds back and closing in. So Diego could get there. Start wreaking some havoc up there at the front of the field. It's like the 78 and 99 were side by side, but 78 has taken control of that battle. We'll go back up front because this is exciting. Lucas has left front damage on that Mustang. I didn't know it was that bad that they banged doors. But the left front definitely damaged on that gold Mustang. Looks like it's mostly cosmetic with the fender. Tires look okay. Could affect them a little bit aero-wise. 20 minutes just about gone here. 10 to go in this Fort Worth screen printing GT3 challenge race from Austin, Texas, Circuit of the Americas. Lucas Hoyt with the gold car in the lead. Scott Rankin second in the red and white. And then the Napa car running in third. They've been stuck together most of this race. Scott Rankin did drop back to fourth. He has worked his way back up to second. Briefly had the lead here over Lucas. Lucas fought like hell to get it back. It's probably where that damage on the left front came from. So all three make it out of turn one. Check back in on the two teammates in the BMWs as they nearly get side by side. 88 of Iturbe running fourth. Blake Jackson running fifth. Macus bit behind, 7 seconds down the road to be exact, running sixth. Davis Greenwell's move up to seventh after he got by Owen Lebsack when Owen spun out. Owen now runs in the 8th spot, trying to track him back down. Matthew Q in 9th. Harry Grindell has made his way back up to the top 10, and he is closing in on Matthew Q for 9th, so that is one hell of a recovery for the driver of the Kamikaze McLaren. Jacob Peterson behind still has Nathan Lafayette all over him. The two McLarens, the yellow one and the Taco Bell pink and blue one, been stuck together most of this race. Teammates once again going at it. Blake Jackson to the inside. Should be advantage to the 88 on the outside coming off that corner. And they get the long run down this backstretch. They're both in BMW, so they should be pretty equal in the braking. See if Snail takes a lunge here to the inside. Snail shows the nose, and he'll even take the early turn in, which that's really going to hurt on this kind of corner. It is such a sharp turn. Fortunately for him, that sets up the inside line for the next two corners for him. Snail going to take the spot away from his teammate, move up to the 4th spot. Trying to see who that was up ahead. That is 55 of Clio. She's just now getting on that back stretch. That was Tweedy, the other one in the 31. There's so many Skir Squad cars, it's hard to tell which one's which. The McLarens and the BMWs, so at least there's a little difference. Tweedy running 25th. Oh no, Lucas! We switched over to him right when he spun out. What happened to the 97? Oh, contact between Hayden Lowell and the... Wow. That is crazy. Scott Rankin, Hayden Lowell made contact. Let's try to get a better view of this. Get the drone shot out here. Bounce off the lap car a little bit there. So Lucas is out front. Hayden's trying to get to the inside of Scott Rankin. Gets into him. Pushes him out into Lucas. Then a little bit of netcode finishes Lucas off. Lucas goes around. And he had to recover quickly. Sure, he is none too pleased. Currently in the 5th spot. Lucas did absolutely nothing wrong and got spun out after Hayden Lowell pushes his car through Scott Rankin. That moves Blake Jackson all the way up to 2nd. After Hayden Lowell did his best Miley Cyrus impersonation and came through like a wrecking ball. The Turbe now up into the podium spots in 3rd. Scott Rankin going to have to try and close him back down here for 7th. For such a good battle up front. That's what it comes down to. That is frustrating. Let's see what the drivers are chatting about here with 7 minutes to go. Macus running in 6th.
So glad you two just fucking wrecked me. That's great.
Wow, there's the anger out of the 97, and that is to be expected. Had such a good run going. And to no fault of his own, flat out taken out. Owen Lebsack putting on pressure for that 7th spot. It's caught back up to Davis Greenwell after his spin. Little push to the back bumper of the Mercedes. Told him to get going. Going through the tight stadium section here. Driver's none too pleased about what happened toward the front of the field, and rightfully so, really. Blake Jackson 3 seconds back. Hayden Lowell just on cruise control now. Battle is on for 2nd between these two teammates, and it looks like Scott Rankin is hitting the pit lane with 6 minutes to go. He is giving up that 4th place. Must feel like something's really amiss with that car if he is taken to the pit lane. Allow Lucas to go back up to the 4th spot. Macus will move up to 5th. Teammates once again battling it out as they go through turn 1. Iturbe and Jackson. Iturbe gets it back in that number 88 car. Jackson slots down to third. The two BMWs work their way through the S's. Then you have Lucas in the gold machine, Macus in the number 12 BMW. Davis now up to the 6th spot in his Mercedes, as he keeps making mistake-free laps. Owen Lebsack 7th. Scott Rankin in and out of the pit lane. I think he got a pit penalty. Must have been incident points. Looks like Scott got the drive-through, comes back out in 8th spot. So he did not stop in the box, so must have been an incident point violation for that number 49 machine. Meanwhile, Owen Lebsack able to get past the Mercedes of Greenwell. He'd been trying to make that pass for a couple laps, finally gets it done. And Owen back up to the 6th spot. He was 7th when he had his, or 5th when he had his spin, so he's almost fully recovered. Less than 5 minutes to go here from Austin, Texas. Probably about another 2 laps. Check in at the guys up at the front. Hayden Lowell in the lead in his Napa Ford by 3.5 seconds over this number 88 for BMW for Diego Iturbe and the Scur Squad. Blake Jackson, teammate behind him in 3rd. One angry driver right here, Lucas Hoytsman 4th in that gold Mustang, had this thing at least within reach and then got punted going through the final corner. Very unfortunate. Mack is in 5th. Lebsack leads over Greenwell and Rankin. Rankin very quickly caught up to these two, so he might be able to rebound back to that 6th spot if he doesn't get too many incident points here. 17 incident points is a drive-through, 25 is a DQ. That's why you saw this machine make the trip down the pit lane. Other drivers that have incurred the same wrath, Ian Montrose had to make that trip, as has Garrett Warren in the 45. They've all had the drive-through. See if Rankin pulls out to the left here, and he does. Shows the nose to Davis. Davis is going to cut down early, block that path, and Scott's going to turn him for it. He's going to wait and let Davis get it collected. Here comes Harry Grindell to try and take advantage. Harry Grindell knifes through them all. Harry all the way up to 7th now after his turn 1 calamity double spin. What a rebound it's been for that Harry Grindell Team Kamikaze McLaren. Now Greenwell sits in 8th. Matthew Koo has actually gotten between him and Scott Rankin. Matthew in 9th, Scott Rankin 10th. Here's Peterson 11th, Lafayette in 12th.
Trying to ride your ass there, sorry.
No, I just know you're quicker.
Garrett Warren giving
Appreciate you, man.
John Garrett trading that 19th spot. Harry's starting to pull away from 8th, 9th, and 10th. Greenwell,
Sorry,
Koo,
Scott,
and Rankin.
I don't know what happened there, but I was just trying to dive it on the inside. I wasn't trying to block or anything. I don't know what happened, but I'm sorry if it was on me.
That is
No, that
the
one's probably more on me. Racing star there. If you want to chat off this, okay?
Mercedes and the Lambo discussing that turn 1 incident. Scott Rankin gets back by Matthew Koo, back up to 9th. These two are still together. They've been together the whole dang race. It's Peterson and Lafayette 11th and 12th. These McLarens have been going at it all race long. Matthew Koo has spun the BMW. Let's see what happened to Matthew.
Oh, Matty. I just got the fire boy.
Oh! Scott Rankin gets out of shape, our pole sitter. Matthew Koo gets in there and tags his front fender. I think Scott said he's going to retire the car. He's not hit the DQ limit yet, but I think he is just frustrated. Get the gap Hayden Lowell enjoys over Diego Iturbe, 2.8 seconds. And he's actually gotten some breathing room over his teammate Blake Jackson.
Great.
Lucas Hoytsman runs in the 4th spot still. Could have been a lot worse after that spin that he took. Macus runs 5th. Owen Lebsack in 6th. There's Owen pretty much by himself. And then Harry Grindell, number 70 car. Davis Greenwell. You have to check out Jacob Peterson Still trying to hold off Nathan Lafayette. John Boyd is closed in the 40 car. He's trying to join that McLaren party. The other battle we have is Garrett Warren Clapper Newell. Warren has actually gotten by Clapper up into that 17th spot, so way to not give up. Running outside the top 20 most of the race. Check in on race leader Hayden Lowell. I believe he is more than 30 seconds away from the start-finish line. And if that is true, this is our last lap. Judging by the timing and knowing these next several corners are slow, I do believe this is our final lap of the race. Coming out of that stadium section for the final time. It's a long, sweeping right-hander section here. Back into two tight left-handers, and the race will be over. Hayden Lowell in the Napa car. As long as he doesn't make any huge mistakes, he's going to pull this one off for the opening round. In search of his first GT-3 title.
Jeremy, why'd you have to pit?
Off the corner he comes. Hayden Lowell will be your winner in that Napa car. Gets the first win of the season in Sidewinder Racing. Here comes Diego Iturbe to pick up second. Teammate Blake Jackson third. Lucas Weissman, the Mustang, will roll it home in fourth. Mackus will pick up a top 5. Owen Libsack in the Mustang will bring it off the corner. He'll pick up a 6th. Probably mad at himself for that spin, but really good recovery to move it back up to 6th. Harry Grindell will pick up 7th after that double spin in turn 1. Davis Greenwell will pick up 8th. And Jacob Peterson from 15 seconds back. Still winning that battle of the McLarens. And both these McLarens will end up picking up top 10s at the end of the night. Peterson gets 9th. Lafayette will bring it home in 10th. John Boyd will bring his BMW home in 11th. Matthew Koo will pick up 12th. Find Cliff Mullins. Cliff running 13th in that Corvette. Waiting for him to make his way back around the track. Out of the final corner, Corvette will pick up 13th with Cliff Mullins. Ian Montrose and his McLaren, they battled with Mullins for a while. Well, he's going to come across the line, I believe, 14th here. Car shows 15th. There, it changed. Jonathan Sinton, welcome to SRL, gets himself a top 20 with a good 15th place finish. Garrett Warren, it's a struggle for him most of the night, but tried to stay in there and be mistake free. He has made his way up to 16th, being rewarded. Waiting for him to make his way back around. Out of the final corner, Garrett Warren picks up 16th. Check in on Jeremy Scherer. He'll roll across in 17th. We have John Garrett, BMW. He'll come across the line in 19th, or 18th, excuse me. Clapper Newell will be the one that comes across in 19th. Clapper completes the race, and that is going to do it. Daniel Wallen 21st, Cleo Wood 22nd, Scott Rankin 23rd. I don't know why it's showing all kinds of weird numbers right now. Daniel Wallen 20th, Cleo Wood 21st, Scott Rankin 22nd, Taylor Dixon 23rd, Mike Edwards 24th, and Quinn Newton 25th. Let's go ahead and get a chat with our race winner Hayden Lowell that doesn't want to show. There he is. Hopefully he's in the Discord for us somewheres. I don't see him there. There he is. Hayden, DG, copy. Hello.
Hi, Swiss.
Hi. Well, that was a heck of a battle there for a long time between a trio of cars. Tell me what happened from your perspective there when you suddenly didn't have anybody to fight with anymore.
Yeah, Lucas and Scott got kind of bottled up and side by side through that second to last corner, and it slowed both of them up. I had a run. Went off track, did not get a slowdown. And with them slow, I was able to cut it to the left, and Scott made a reactionary move, and I was already late on the brakes, and that reactionary move put everyone in a bad spot, and I tagged him in the left rear, and it shot him into Lucas, and I feel bad about Lucas getting caught up in some collateral damage. Unfortunate to hear that Scott has not left last season behind. I had. The whole plan was to move forward in a new season on a new slate, and it's a little disappointing to hear someone that appears to hold himself so highly not leave everything in last season. So unfortunate to hear that. We're going to have a tough season on our hands, it sounds like, if he's going to whine and complain, not take accountability for anything he does. But one win on the season will be the points leader, and going into a 10-race chase, it'll be nice to have some points.
10-4. Congrats on the strong start to the season, and congrats on the win. You got the Friends Family sponsor shoutouts?
Yeah, Napa Auto Parts, Arc Music, Madigan Motorsports, C2X, Low Drag, and 712 Brakes. You Swiss for putting on the broadcast, John Garrett and Fort Worth Screen Printing for sponsoring our GT3 league, and everyone else for coming out and producing a giant field for tonight. I'm glad to see we got this many cars. It was awesome.
10-4. As long as we don't keep pissing people off, hopefully we'll keep getting that many cars. So appreciate you coming out tonight, and we'll see what you can do next week.
Thank you very much, Swiss.
Hayden Lowell in that number 56, getting the win in that Napa car. Let's see if we can track down second place. And Diego Iturbe, see where he is. Piled up on the inside. All right. See if we can track down Scur Squad here and Diego. Diego has himself muted, but hopefully he'll know lower about the Bullerman. Diego, DG, got a copy? Diego, your mic's muted.
Oh, hello.
There you are. Hi. Well, strong second place run to start the season. Had to feel pretty good. How was your night?
Well, this is a hard race. I tried to push, but it's a really hard combination with this truck and this car. But I'm happy with the P2.
Well, congrats on that P2 finish. You got the Friends Family sponsor shoutouts for us tonight.
What? Sorry?
You got any shout outs for us tonight? Any sponsors, friends, family you want to thank?
Oh yeah, I want to thank all of the Screw Squad team, especially Snail or Blake. Just let past me. So I used to sorry for my English. I'm
You're
Spanish.
You're doing great.
but thank you, Snail. Just
right.
that.
Well, congrats on the strong second place run. Very strong run for you tonight. Good way to start the season. We'll see what you can do next week. Good luck.
Thank you.
This is Diego Iturbe and that number 88 finishing in second, and we'll bring in our third place finisher, Snail. Snail's DG. You got a copy?
I sure do. Hello, hello.
Hello. Well, we brought it home in P3 tonight. Heck of a recovery for you there. I didn't know where you were going to finish. You're battling back into the top 5. Brought it up to a podium spot. So good job sticking with it there. And yeah, tell me how your night was.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I definitely didn't expect a P3 out of that. Probably could have held P2 if I wanted to be a bit of a dick to my teammate and hold Diego up a bit. But thought better of that and gave him P2 because I figure he might be able to catch Hayden. But wasn't so. Still a good race though. Really good fun to be back in this.
10-4, we appreciate you. Just glad to see you. Good to see you back here and running those BMWs. What brought on that choice this season?
Well, I'm not really sure. I think it was more Matthew's idea, but I just got a DM from Marcus one day and said, here's the livery for the M4, and I went, all right, looks like we're running that then.
Fun the way that works out. Surprised you're running the BMW. You have no say. Good luck.
Pretty much.
All right. Well, congrats on that strong P3 run. You got the Friends Family sponsor shout-outs for us tonight?
Absolutely. I want to thank all of Scur Squad, especially Marcus for doing the livery, of course, and the boss lady, Cleo. Thank you for sort of bringing us all together, and obviously thank you for putting it all on, and all my people from Broken Heart. Absolute legends.
How cool was it to have the boss on track tonight?
Oh, it was pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Bit of a roadblock at some points, but it's all right. She stayed out of the racing line and made it easy for us.
That's what's important, as long as they had fun, we appreciate you coming out.
Right.
And yeah, all the Scur Squad, appreciate you guys for being here, and hopefully we'll see you all season long. It was a lot of fun.
You certainly see me all season long.
All right, bud. Congrats, and get on out of here. We'll see what you do next week.
Thank you very much.
Blake Jackson bringing it home third. Thanks to all of our sponsors and all of our admins and all of our drivers that came out to put this together. We appreciate each and every one of you. We've got to hurry on over to Talladega. We don't have a whole lot of time before qualifying starts over there. So congrats Hayden Lowell on the podium and the other two finishers on the podium, Diego Iturbe and Blake Jackson. We appreciate you guys coming out tonight. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next event. Ooh, we had to end that one quick. All right, back to Twitch only for a moment. We're going to go ahead and get this thing settled and ready for Talladega. I'm going to have to quit